A perfect summer day. Callista really was from California, and she didn't know anything about New York. How do you know which way is uptown? She asked me when we were on our way to the Met. The Met is a museum. Mom said it was such a lovely day, we should walk the 20 blocks. I was thinking if it's such a lovely day, we probably shouldn't spend it in a boring old museum, but I didn't say that. Why doesn't the subway always stop at every stop? Where do you buy a bus pass? Which way is Brooklyn? She really didn't know anything. And so, on our way to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, I taught Callista everything there was to know about New York. The streets and the avenues, express subways, bus stops. It was easy stuff, but maybe not for her, I guess, being from somewhere else. I even told her about all the different boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island. I could name them all without even counting. Callista nodded after I named each one like she was plugging them into her brain for keeps. Then she squinted one eye. "What's a borough?" she asked. I just shrugged. "Like a part of the city," I said. I wondered why I never wondered that before. "It sounds like a place where moles live," Callista told me. And after that I couldn't stop picturing moles all over New York City digging tunnels between Manhattan and Queens. I smiled to myself. "So, what's in the Met, anyway?" Callista asked while she made us wait for the light to change before we crossed at 70th Street. I told her we didn't have to do that, but she said even if she lived in New York, now she wasn't a daredevil, whatever that meant. She made us wait at every single block for the light. Getting anywhere in California must take forever. Callista was good at asking questions, though, so I didn't mind too much how slow we were going. "It's mostly boring stuff," I told Callista about the Met. We were walking up Park Avenue halfway to the museum. Park Avenue was my favorite in the spring because of the million zillion tulips and the huge flower beds in the middle of the street, yellow, pink, orange, a giant garden with traffic zooming all around it. In the summer it wasn't anything special, just a regular avenue. The Temple of Dandruff is pretty cool, though. Temple of Dandruff? I frowned. Maybe it's called something else. I don't remember. Anyway, that was pretty cool. And the armor stuff. Callista made us wait at another light, while everyone in the entire universe crossed in front of us and did not get hit by any cars. But all the rest of it is more boring than anything. I didn't even mention the 42,000 old paintings of stuffy dead guys with fur collars no one cared about. Looking at all of those could make a person keel over just from how boring they were. Plus, there were like 6 whole rooms filled with chairs. Chairs! The National History Museum was way better. The Sea, Air, and Space Museum was even better than that. It was my favorite of all. I'd only been there once, with my dad a year and a half ago, but I still had my model airplane I got in the gift shop, a real A-10 Thunderbolt. Me and Dad were even almost done putting it together. The walk signal came on, and after checking both ways twice, Callista let us cross. At least she didn't make me hold her hand like I was some kind of baby that had never crossed a street before. "So, why are we going to this museum?" Callista asked, "if you think it's so boring?" I shrugged. "Mom said you'd never been there." "I've never been anywhere," Callista said, "at least not in New York, so why would I want to go someplace boring?" I thought about that. She had a pretty good point, actually. "What do you like to do?" she asked me. "Me?" She laughed. "Yes, you. What do you like to do in New York City? You can be my tour guide. We can do anything you want." Anything? And that's how we spent the perfect summer day in New York City doing all the best things I like to do. We went to the pet store on 81st and Madison and looked at the puppies. We even got to go to the back to play with them because Callista said we were thinking of buying one, which was a lie, but Callista said it was okay. We went to Duane Reade and had a contest to see who could find the ugliest sunglasses. I won. Then we bought 2 squirt guns and had a water fight in the park. She won. We got soft serve cones at Tasty Delight and then new ones from the Mr. Softy truck to see which ones we like better. I like Mr. Softy, which I already knew, but Callista picked Tasty Delight because she said they had better sprinkles. We bought soft pretzels from the cart in the park, even though I told Callista they tasted like soggy cardboard from the bottom of the pizza box. We fed leftover pretzels to the ducks. We got chased by a goose. And then, at the end of the perfect day, I taught Callista how to hail a cab. You gotta look at the number on the top, I told her, to see if it's lit up. Otherwise, there's a person in it already, and if it says off duty, you can't get that one either. Callista nodded. And I just stick my hand out like this? Yeah, but maybe go further out, because no one's going to see you there. You want me to stand in the street? Callista shrieked. That's how my dad always does it. Callista hailed 6 cabs all by herself. When they stopped to pick us up, Callista told them, "Thank you very much, but I changed my mind." They growled and pulled back onto the street. One man said a not very nice word. We took the bus home and I showed Callista the cord to pull when she wanted the driver to stop. It had only been a couple hours, but I was already hoping that Callista would last longer than any of my other nannies, even if she wasn't really a nanny or a babysitter either, because I'd already figured out that she was way more fun than any of them. Nannies didn't last long, though. I knew that. They either moved or had their own kids or got other jobs that paid more money. Mom said that was just how it worked with nannies. "Thanks for showing me around, Albie," Callista told me as we walked past Tom at the front desk of our building and into the elevator. "You're a very good tour guide." "I am?" "Yeah." Callista punched the button for the 8th floor and the elevator doors closed. "You're real smart. You know that?" Smart? That's what she said. "How was the Met?" Mom asked when we came inside. She was sitting at her laptop at the table. I didn't see Dad anywhere. I opened up my mouth to tell her about the park and the ice cream and the goose, but Callista answered before me. "It was great," she told Mom. "Not boring at all." And my mom didn't see, but Callista winked at me. "Well, that's nice," my mom said, and she turned back to her computer. "You enjoyed yourself, Albie?" I looked from my mom, staring at her computer screen, back to Callista. "Yeah," I said, and I put a great big grin across my face to match Callista's. I had a great time. So why do you think Callista winked at Albie? It was because Callista had just told the mom that they had gone to that Met Museum after all, but they didn't. They spent the days doing fun stuff that Callista and Albie both liked. But the mom had expected them to go to the Met. So I guess Albie kind of feels like this isn't a nanny after all. Maybe she's just somebody fun to hang out with, like she said. Read to you later.